Last time on Padme Didn't Die of a Broken Heart, we learned that apparently, according to this theory, what happened in the movie is exactly what actually happened. Where we left off, she had just given birth to babies. What is to come next? Let's find out.
So why does it seem like the living force is being ripped away from her, stealing her life force in a vampiric manner? That sounds like a power one would have if they were able to cheat death. Wait, I've heard that phrase before. So now we get to the actual culprit, I guess. Have you ever heard of the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise? It's a weird picture. He could have used a better picture. Yep, by his own admission, Palpatine learned everything his master knew and killed him only after he could acquire nothing more. Palpatine already knew how to influence the midichlorians to create life and save people from dying. That's actually a theory from a different day, where it says that Palpatine is actually Anakin's true father. So, as Anakin was dying from his wounds on Mustafar, the Emperor siphoned the living force from Padme and brought it to Anakin. Thus, she died as he was reborn as Darth Vader. Now, or back to, and science and medicine. He was suffering from really hardcore burns. He was suffering from loss of limb. He was suffering from burns. He wasn't suffering from blood loss, as we could see. He wasn't actually bleeding, but he was suffering from burns. And the fact that he got his limbs cut off by a lightsaber shows that, they're cauterized. So, yeah, sure, a normal person that would kill, but I don't think that would kill a Jedi as powerful as Anakin. Do you? I don't think so. And why siphon the living force from Padme? I mean, there's gotta be an easier way. Sure, you could do it that way for reasons, but she is far away and you have no idea where the fuck she is. And you're gonna pull that through the force. That has to be incredibly difficult. It'd be a lot easier.
Here you go, clone. Clone, come here. Yes. No, it's okay. I'm going to take your life force and put it into Darth Vader.
Just grab some clone, rip his life force out, and put it into Vader. Ripping it out of Padme, that's just sadistically overly complicated. Yeah, I know his name is Darth Sidious, but really, that's silly. FYI, don't talk to me about his Darthness being conferred earlier in the film. This was just a title. When he rose in the black suit, Darth Vader was an entirely new persona for the being inside. I disagree. I think we knew for a fact that his Darthness was confirmed when he turns around and his eyes are yellow. We can assume that he has become a Darth, that he's become a true servant of the evil side when his eyes turn yellow. That was kind of the imagery that Lucas was going for. He handed to you on a plate. So, yes, I will talk to you about being a Darthness before the black suit, because it's very plainly shown. I believe that's actually when he's on Mustafar, when he's just about to kill everyone in the Confederacy after he's killed the younglings. But wait, none of this is part of the film. You're damn Skippy. I'm reading into it a little bit. I'm making conclusions. Little conclusions. Yes, exactly. The brilliance of this film is making you think deeply about the nature of the Force. There is nothing in the Star Wars canon that conflicts even remotely, and plenty of evidence by Palpatine's own words that support it, except for all the things that I brought up. For a few years before the Darth Plagueis novel was made legend, there was much more evidence also that supported this, but let's stick with just the films for now. I agree, I'd hate to do EU, because again, I could disprove the whole droids thing with Skippy. Seriously, if you haven't read Skippy the Jedi Droid, find it and read it. It is hilarious. I sense Lord Vader is in danger. Oh, this argument. Okay, yeah, this isn't something that's often brought up, and I actually really like it. And yeah, you'll see. But how can Palpatine affect Padme when she's all the way on Polis Massa? Even while battling Yoda, Palpatine can feel something is wrong with Anakin, all the way on Mustafar. On this day, the Emperor is at the height of his power. The dark side is strongest, completely blinding the Jedi, who is effectively fighting against a rising tide. Palpatine is having the best day of his entire life. If he is aware Anakin on Mustafar, he is completely capable of affecting Padme on Polis Massa. I disagree, and here's why. So, as we actually see in the film, those that you actually get close to, you have more of a Force connection with. I guess your midichlorians communicate better with their midichlorians. And the reason why Emperor Palpatine is able to sense Anakin is on trouble on Mustafar is because that's his apprentice. He's become close with Anakin. He's been the friend of Anakin for years now. For most of the Clone War, we know that they've been buddies. So it's safe to assume that he would have a connection to Anakin. It's pretty safe to assume that. The same reason that Anakin would have a connection to Padme, that Obi-Wan would have a connection to Anakin. That's why when Obi-Wan goes to the Death Star, Vader isn't looking for Obi-Wan, and yet a presence I haven't sensed since. And he goes off. He senses Obi-Wan because he knew him for those years. He was very close to him. They were very tight. So you can sense those that you're close to in the Force. If you're attempting it, you can sense them from a distance. If you're not attempting it, you can probably sense them when they're close, as shown in the movies. And that's something that is shown in the movies. Palpatine doesn't have that close of a connection with Padme. Sure, he knows her. Sure, they've talked. But all I'm gonna say is Palpatine and Anakin, they may have been sleeping together.
That's a total lie, but she was alive. I felt it.
Darth Vader rises disorientated from the excruciating ordeal he has just been through. He was set aflame, only to be reconstructed in a torturous procedure. The only thing keeping him alive, surely, was the influx of living force from Padme by way of Palpatine's dark arts. It is no more coincidence she died at the precise time the procedure was over. Or, you know, Bacta. Seriously, Bacta is the go-to fix-all for everything in the Star Wars universe. And there's no reason why Bacta couldn't have kept him alive. It kept Luke alive for frostbite. Luke should have been dead out on Hoth for being exposed to that kind of weather for so long with those kinds of wounds. He should have been dead. No, what kept him alive? Not the life force of Leia. Not the life force of any living thing. Well, okay, no. The life force of that Tauntaun. Little bit. But it was Bacta. Bacta saved his life. And considering that was on a rebel base where it can be assumed they don't have the best of everything, and this is the head of the Empire where he obviously has the best of everything, someone tells me he's got the best medical everything that money can buy. The best money everything. So it can be assumed that medically he's gonna be safe. Medically. The first thing that Vader does is inquire about Padme. It's not that he was unconscious. The movie makes it clear that he was awake through the entire procedure. It's that he could feel her in the Force, and once the procedure was over, he could not. He knew all along that his choke didn't kill her. He was worried. He was worried about the person he means to possess, and fears the worst. Okay, I can understand he wants to possess her, but he fears her the most? Like, I could be wrong. Is that somewhere, is that stated anywhere? Is that even, like, implied anywhere in the movies that he fears her the most? I don't think so, but I could be wrong. I don't think it really matters. Palpy.
Late Palpy. Palpy.
Lord Vader, can you hear me?
Yes, Master. Where is Padme? Is she safe? Is she alright?
It seems in your anger you killed her.
I couldn't have. She was alive. I felt it.
I like that how it's put in here. Vader.
No. Just no.
That was a mistake. The evidence is there. Anakin felt that she was alive, and then could not. Palpatine smiles in satisfaction, and here lies is the most damning evidence to support my case. The one irrefutable fact no one can deny. He smiled. No, but how fucking great would that be if that was his one irrefutable thing? First, before I get to that, yes, no, he is completely conscious for that entire procedure. I don't know why he is, but he fucking is. I guess pain leads to anger, so Palpatine wanted to give him as much physical pain as possible to make him as evil as possible. I don't know. As for why he would wait until after the procedure, maybe because he's getting a procedure and he's in excruciating pain, too busy screaming to ask a question. I don't know about you, but if I was getting an arm relocated, like if I got my arm dislocated and somebody was going to push it back in, I would wait till after they were done to be like, hey, is my bike alright? I know that's a bad description, basically saying that as Vader, he would consider Padme like a bike, but then again, I'm considering dislocating a shoulder as bad as being burned. Like having all of your limbs removed and being on fire. So that's the correlation goes up. But he would wait. He would wait until after he's not screaming in pain to say words, to ask questions. That's just logical. And he might have actually been trying to ask that entire time that he was screaming, and he was just screaming so loud that we couldn't understand him. Like, that's also a theory. That also could very well be true. We don't know. And here lies is the most damning evidence to support my case. The one irrefutable fact no one can deny. What is the final irrefutable fact that cannot be denied that I will most likely deny? Only time will tell. Join us next time on Padme Didn't Die of a Broken Heart to find out how it truly ends. Or go read it online, that is also an option. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this episode. If you liked it, please click the like button down below. If you really liked it, maybe you'll click the subscribe button so you'll be able to see more stuff by me. Questions, comments, concerns? Let me know down in the comments below. I will get back to you quite quickly as I am constantly on the computer. I will see you guys in the next video. And always remember, no monster perceives themselves as evil. They think they're just doing good in a different way.